Stop letting society tell you about the best skincare routines, the hottest plastic surgeons, or the cream that will keep your skin from aging. It's time we start asking ourselves, what the fuck is beauty anyway? If we remove all the IG filters, is there more to a beautiful face than just skincare? Well, I'm here to share it with you, and hell yeah, there is. My name is Jen Carrasco. I have been an esthetician, as well as a high-level fitness competitor, and an all-around badass for over a decade. And I need you to know there is way more to keeping your mind and body clean than just a cream. Join me each week as I cut the BS out of getting healthy, caring for ourselves, and caring for our skin. I share real tips, real ingredients, and real experience. Now let's get some answers on what the fuck is beauty anyway. Well, hello everybody. It's Jennifer Carrasco.
And Michelle is here too.
Yay, yay.
Yeah.
Sexy little beast. So today we are going to dive in deep with our thoughts. And to us, I guess, WTF is beauty.
Right? What the fuck is beauty?
And with that, I want to talk about, especially I think as women entrepreneurs or just women in general or women in the limelight. So with...
Yeah, because it doesn't have to be just entrepreneurs. I mean, because it could be a housewife or
Absolutely.
A mom or because we're all...
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we feel that we have to 100% have our shit together? Meaning our shit together, like our makeup, our hair on point, picking the kids up, dropping them off, being on time exactly where we're supposed to be, being in that line ready to get them. I remember this from when my son was young. But I was definitely the mom that was kind of always running late, and her son was sitting there 5 minutes after by himself, nobody around.
That certainly happens, right? Because, as working women, we work and we come home and we have to make the dinner and we have to help them with their homework and get their baths, and it just seems like it's just one task after another that always has to be done. And a lot of times that does fall on the woman of the house.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes.
It's hard.
And I think majority of our lives we were married. I know you were married. Majority of my life I was married, but not married in essence. I mean, I did definitely have help, but a lot of times I felt like I was doing it all myself. Mm-hmm. So I think it was a lot of pressure for me growing up that I really had to have my shit together, and I had to have my house organized at a certain way, and I had to have my son in these academics or these social aspects for them, because that's what you do as a perfect mom. And you have to have your business on point at a certain level, and if you don't rate in the top 4 in the community with your business or whatever else, you're a failure. I mean, there's just a lot of fucking pressure.
Well, and where do you kind of feel like that started from? I mean, did you grow up ever feeling inferior and not wanted, or just maybe being excluded because you weren't measuring up either in your family's eyes or even your friends, right? Because the friends, I think, really put a lot of pressure. There's a lot of competition in school with grades or what you're doing on the playground, even that, a lot of times too. So
I think definitely for myself growing up, and I hate to say this because I know I'm going to hurt my mom's feelings completely, but I was never her perfect child. I was definitely the tomboy, but definitely the girl that wore the really black eyeliner and the really black lips and wanted my hair a certain way. And I was definitely not your preppy, go-lucky girl that my mom wanted me to be.
Right.
And even to this day, I'm covered in tattoos. I'm nothing near what I remember getting in trouble. And being in trouble was her taking my makeup and my clothes away. So if that doesn't prevail in essence into your life, that you're not what your parents really want you to be, I mean, it kind of fucks with you, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
She was a great mom.
Absolutely.
Amazing person.
Right.
I'm not saying anything bad. And it's not her doing, it's how she was brought up.
Right.
And I'm actually reading this book right now. And, oh gosh, it's called let me look it up. It's called it's going to take forever. Never mind. Okay, so it's called I'm going to post it on my IG. It's like the 4 languages or the 4 things. But anyway, it has taught me that from where we are as a child and what our parents have taught us to be like, what we have to be like. And if that makes sense, meaning that we need to take every day and live every day as is and not have to be 100% perfect, to actually think that you are already perfect with waking up and saying, wow, I'm beautiful. Wow, I'm smart. Wow, I'm this. When I think we're raised by expectations of people in our childhood of what we need to be like. And that means that you're perfect rather than just saying who you are is perfect.
Right. Well,
does that make sense?
No, it absolutely does. And I feel like, for me, like resisting the pressure of quote unquote measuring up is really hard because I don't look like Barbie and I don't cook like Martha Stewart and I don't have a house like Joanna Gaines and I certainly don't have the spiritual connections like Gabby Bernstein. But there's these people out there that are projecting those all the time, and it kind of helps. It really hinders me not having to compare myself and kind of see where I'm at in my life. So there's always just that pressure of just trying to measure up and meet those expectations.
And I really like the fact that you mentioned those people, because even like Gabrielle Bernstein, for instance, if you look at her social media or what she posts how much she's not perfect. And she posts how much that she's had issues and she's gone through things in her life.
Right.
And to me, that's fucking beauty.
Right.
Because to post that we're all not perfect all the time. If you took me to fine dining and you said, okay, what fork do I eat my salad with? What spoon or what knife? I would somewhat know, but I really wouldn't know. It's kind of like just letting you know that we all don't have our shit together.
Yep.
No matter what.
Yep.
And I don't like the stress that us women feel that we have to be that certain way. We have to dress a certain way with having our Uggs on and our coffee and taking our kids to school and acting like we have this amazing life with this car and this family. Well, you know what? I have 3 little small businesses running that I'm working my ass off right now to get to the next level. We have an electrical company. We live in a freaking apartment. Okay, we have 2 used cars and we're doing all of this to know that we are going to get to another level. And I don't really care what anybody thinks about me.
Right.
And maybe it's just my age.
I just think women sometimes are in fear that if they don't grab every opportunity that comes their way, then she's kind of branded as someone who's an underachiever, or in her frantic attempts, to live up to those expectations, she ends up burning herself out at the same time.
Absolutely.
So I kind of feel like we just live in this place of fear that really keeps us from seizing opportunities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I feel like this society has made it to where if you're not busy and you don't have all of these things happening for you, then you are not a productive person and you're not doing something in this life.
Right. And there's this fine line between being excited busyness versus just being overwhelmed.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
And I know I told you I don't believe in New Year's resolutions.
Yep, you did tell me that.
So I am definitely changing things, though, as of this year.
What?
I'm not changing resolutions. I'm changing the way.
Okay.
So, for instance, I had my girlfriend who was on this podcast last time. She was talking to me about getting our session together, and she's done a couple hypnotherapy sessions on me and things like that, which I love. And she goes, I know you're really busy. And I caught her and I said, no, I am not busy. I am making time and priority for certain things in my life. And I really feel like this year going forward, and I don't even want to say this year going forward, this day going forward, not that it's a new year, but this day, it should be people that we all need to really sit down and prioritize what's important to us, and that we don't have to be perfect, and that we do have to have that time for ourselves to give ourselves to other people, to be 100%, but also do these things in life that you want to do and drive yourself to push harder with achieving goals that you want to, because today might be your last day here on earth.
Yep, you never know.
And you might miss having that lunch with your son or your daughter, or you might miss by talking nasty to your partner because you have 50 million things you want to accomplish, or you want to look a certain way when you go pick up your kid from school. But that might be your last time to actually fulfill and kiss your partner and tell them that you love them, and just put a hat on instead of fixing your hair. I don't know. I mean, I guess we started this podcast on one thing and it's getting into another thing.
Right.
But
well, just kind of circle back around. I think it just shows that you really probably got a clear picture on what your strengths and assets are. You know, it's really having that authentic inner conversation with yourself, really figuring out what is it I really want versus what I think I should be doing. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think you by doing that, it just really decided today and going forward that you want to start focusing on doing the things that you want to do.
I think, honestly, like, as we say, what the fuck is beauty? Mm-hmm. So let me ask you a question. So why do you feel like, for instance, well, your daughter's young or older, so you're not driving her around, but say you had to go and drop her off at school and you couldn't get your hair and makeup together, but you know you had to walk her to the classroom and be that certain way. Why do you care if somebody judges you or looks at you different because you don't have your makeup or hair done?
I mean, sometimes it's just the other moms that are there, but a lot of times I feel like I'm representing my daughter. But
why does that matter so much?
I guess I'm just more looking out for her feelings and making sure that, you know, the other kids won't be making fun of her about me. Mm-hmm. So probably just trying to protect her.
Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of times it stems from that, but also I think a lot of times it stems, I mean, this is just my thinking for me, is that I think a lot of people are fearful that other people are going to talk about them and judge them.
Right.
And honestly, I guess you've known me for a long time, and I guess maybe that's why I don't really care so much with people. It's like, I don't...
And you've always been that way since I've met you.
I know.
And it's like probably one of the biggest things I admire about you is that I just always feel like you're just authentically raw and real all the time. It's kind of like... You honestly walk around like, don't give a shit. You care, but it's kind of like, but your perception or what other people are thinking too, it's not a hinder on you one way or the other. Yeah. So I feel like, and I've always kind of, and really honestly admired that about you because you just kind of like I wish I could be more like you in that sense, not having to be all proper and prim all the time, and hence why we're not.
But no, I'm bringing that up because I think a lot of women feel that way. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of women struggle with that.
Right.
I think a lot of people feel like they have to act a certain way or be a certain way because they have to be in this group, or they have to... I guess that's why I like the Arete so much.
Yeah.
Because we're prim and proper. I mean, don't get me wrong. We got our shit together. But there's a lot of people, and it's like 100% real.
Right.
If we think you're bullshit, we're going to call you bullshit. And those are the people I want in my life. Mm-hmm. I know that if I look like shit, Michelle would come up to me and be like, dude, what the hell's happening with you? You look like crap. Go put something on, right? But it's, I don't know. I feel that this year people need to work on themselves to just be authentically you. Mm-hmm. Own it.
Yep.
Love yourself.
Right.
Love the skin you're in. Love what God, the universe, Buddha, whomever gave you. And don't hinder yourself because you care about what people think or what you have, or what car you drive, or what color hair, or extensions, or, you know, I mean,
well, it just goes
be
back,
a genuine
yeah,
person.
and just like kind of, instead of operating from a place of doubt and fear, operate from a place of compassion and optimism. Mm-hmm. I really feel like that'll get you further in life.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one to judge, like everybody. We look at somebody and we see them and we think, oh, Lord, I do not want to go over there because I don't know what's going to happen, you know? Mm-hmm. And definitely don't go in like a dark alley with anybody and think, I mean, you know, use your precautions.
Right.
But you see somebody with like piercings everywhere. There, for instance, my son, I mean, he sags his pants and he's almost 21. It's like, fuck. But he has the best heart. And that it's kind of how it is. Like, try to look past those things and actually be a genuine person to somebody.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know what that person is going through.
Right.
You don't know what they've been through.
Right.
And helping people and
well, who they are genuinely at heart, you know, just like Gabe.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, look at him with his saggy pants and then tattoos and everything else. You might be judging one way, but honestly, he's a great kid. So and he has a huge heart like his mama. So it's kind of. But back to women,
I know,
and we kind of got off tangent there, but it's just about women and us feeling like we do, like we have to measure up and just kind of. So I guess our message today on what the fuck is beauty, anyways, is just shine the beauty that's within you.
It's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I wanted to bring this up just because Michelle, she owns a couple businesses and she's definitely in the limelight a lot, and she's involved in a lot of organizations around, and so I know she feels that stress of having to be a certain way and be perfect in the eye, and I get that stress too. Like I feel I've slacked a lot on my IG lately. I've been horrible on it. And I always feel like I have to post something fabulous, or I have to have an amazing picture on there, or I have to know, like, I have all these high standards of how I feel things need to be in life.
Right.
And that's the same with my business. And it's the same that I look back, even like with my son or my stepkids at one point, how I feel like I should have been perfect in certain essences. And I just think we all need to know that beauty stems from actually being ourselves.
Yeah. That's really, truly the greatest gift I think you can give anybody, especially a spouse or your kids, being able to be 100% genuinely yourself.
Yeah.
And I think it's more work to fake it.
It is.
Than just to be yourself.
It is. And setting boundaries. And
yeah.
No, you're right. And I honestly have to say, I feel that when I feel that everything has to be perfect, like my girls should be doing a certain way in business and this needs to be done, and I'm micromanaging everything to make sure everything's perfect, everything gets fucked.
Mm-hmm. It's a stress. So much more stressful.
Instead of just sitting there and just saying, like, visualizing, this is going to run perfect today. This is going to be great. These people are going to run this. I mean, everything's going to, and it all falls into place like the way it should be.
Right.
But
well, I know a lot of times, perfectionists, a lot of times they feel like if it's not done their way, it's not the right way.
Yeah.
And honestly, as being a business owner, I've just really learned that there's more than one way to get a result. And my way is not always the best way to do it or the only way to do it. So I think you have to kind of open up, especially with your employees or other people, and kind of let them do things, kind of letting those kind of things go.
Yeah.
And the big picture of things, it's really not a big deal. The results ended up the same.
And I kind of feel, I don't know about you, but I kind of feel when I micromanage stuff that my business doesn't thrive and grow.
Right.
I feel like I actually make it smaller and dismember it. And that's even with my personal life. Like when I try to micromanage things, like, well, your shit is here and your shit should be over here. This is where Kevin's stuff goes. This is where my stuff goes. This is, and let me tell you, Kevin and Gabriel would tell you that I have my protein organized. I have this organized. And if it's out of kilter, it drives me crazy. But honestly, when I do that, like, it makes everything not fun. And everything flows so much better when I'm more open.
Right.
Kevin made a joke about how I need to just put labels on everything so we know where everything goes.
Or they should put it back. Is that what they...
Yes, it's my house.
We love you, Kevin.
So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's how you are.
I don't need labels on everything in my house.
Well, I don't need labels. I just like,
No, I like to find things back where I have them.
Yeah.
So I feel like it makes my life a little more efficient. I felt like over time I've kind of grown a little bit that I don't lose my shit if things aren't where they're supposed to be. So I just try to let those kind of things go. The older I get, I feel like the wiser I'm getting about that kind of stuff.
So maybe this is good for like women in their 20s and 30s getting into it. Just letting you know, like, stop. Relax. Don't overanalyze it. Don't over-organize it. It's all going to flow and work out. And don't stress.
Yep.
Because the minute you stress, you have like a freaking nervous breakdown or you get shingles like I did. And it just goes to shit.
Yeah, that wasn't funny, but I'm just it's not a good time.
Yeah, no. I don't know.
So, yeah, I think that people just need to start really tapping into not feeling they need to measure up against anybody. If you want to compete with anybody, compete with yourself. And be that best version of you.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely. And I like the fact that I see a lot of women posting things now on like Instagram or Facebook about them not being perfect and doing things and people having flaws. And
and I feel like
I love that.
There's probably more people out there who are admiring, like myself, those people more than people who are filtering the shit out of their pictures. So yeah.
I don't want to know that you're perfect. I love the fact that I can see true beauty through anything. You don't have to have a pile of makeup on. And it's not even that, but you don't even have to have, like, you have your shit together with your empire.
Right.
Being honest and open, like, I have fucked up days. This day is shit. This happened, but I'm working through it. I don't know. You want to do something fun?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So I have a quiz.
Uh-oh.
Do you want me to ask you or you want to ask me? I guess we can ask each other.
Okay.
So I did a couple things. Let's see. So first quiz. Do you currently have any savings?
Yes.
Good girl.
Very much so.
So do I have to answer it?
Well, I know the answer, but they don't know the answer.
Really? What's that? No. So sporadically, yes. How's that?
Okay.
It's funny because we go through ebb and flow with our businesses, which I'm sure that you did at one point.
Mm-hmm.
So I own Virago Skin and Body, and I also own with Kevin Roseville Rockland Electric. So we go through ups and downs. With the electrical company, we don't get paid sometimes 30, 60, 90 days. And so we have to cover that over. And a lot of times that goes into our personal savings. So one month we might have really great. And then the next month it's like, oh shit.
Not so much.
So that's my savings.
Okay.
If someone were to drop by your house unannounced, would your place be an acceptable state?
Yes.
I know it would be. She is so anal about her house.
That's my mom's fault. It was so funny because growing up, my mom always had my house pristine, like all the time. And my room was always a hot mess.
Mine
right?
was too. You should see Gabe's.
Oh, and it was like, I used to drive my mom. That was probably one of the biggest things we butted heads over was my room all the time. And she's like, if you can't keep your shit off the floor, then, close your door, So she'd go in there. She's always closing my door because she was just so embarrassed by my room. And now I'm like completely opposite. Now it's like the bed's made, the dishes are always done, the pillows are fluffed on the couch before I leave. I do not want to walk into a house that's not in order.
So do you have clean underwear on?
Yes.
Like... No, not clean underwear. I meant matching bra and panties.
What kind of question is that? Next.
What is it? If you get into a car accident, your bras and your panties have to match, right?
Okay.
Isn't that what they say?
I guess that's what they say.
Okay. So anyway, not clean underwear, sorry. So I have clean underwear on. If someone were to drop by my house, I would say yes and no. If I have a couple days off to where I can organize and get everything done, when I'm at home, a lot of times, yes. But if I'm not home that much from working and I just get home late, it's a fucking hot mess because those boys leave the shit all in the sink. And if Mama May doesn't clean up sometimes, then...
That labeling might come in handy then.
And Duke slobbers all over the house.
Oh, boy.
So, yes, I would say yes and no.
Okay.
Would you say you currently look neat and presentable?
Yes.
Yes, she does. Do you lose things periodically?
Absolutely. But I always find them.
Yeah.
And if I lost
do every now and then.
It's because Rick moved my shit.
I know. I can imagine.
Yeah.
It's his fault.
I have a place for stuff. And
that's what I did because we lost our keys all the time. Mm-hmm. So I put this little thing right by the front door and everybody puts their keys there.
There you go.
Do you know exactly where your phone, keys, and wallet are? I guess that was my...
I do.
Yeah, me too. Can you cook a proper meal?
No.
No?
I could, but it's not my passion in life.
Yeah. I like to cook if I had more time, but if I'm like an amazing cook, no.
No. Mm-mm.
I can make some good vegetables. That's about it.
Yeah. An air fry chef.
Oh, yeah. I'm good at that.
You're a good air fryer. Yep.
Do you have your stuff insured?
Yes.
Yes, me too. Is your phone screen cracked?
Nope.
Mine is not because it's a new phone. Do you have trash in your pockets or bags?
No. My car, maybe.
Yeah.
But not my
maybe
pockets.
A little bit. Not much, though.
No.
I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah.
Do you eat vegetables daily?
Yes.
I do, too. Do you use...
a diary.
Sorry.
Or calendar.
I can't read myself.
Doesn't make sense.
Do you have a diary or a calendar to organize your life?
Yes. On my phone and on my wall.
Good girl. So do I. Not on my wall, but I have a calendar. Oh, that's it. Well, that was sucky. I thought there was more. I thought I did more. All right. Anyway, at least we know that we have clean underwear on.
Yes.
So we're good.
Well, one of us does.
Well, I do.
Did you see? Oh, okay, we both do. Okay, good. It's good to know.
I have underwear on today. So that's a good thing.
That's
yeah.
Well, there's been days.
Okay, let's get back to actually having a good podcast. So, I don't know.
Measuring up. You don't have to.
No. Just be yourself.
Be yourself. Relax.
Good lucky.
Wear clean underwear.
Eat your vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Brush your teeth at least every day, though. Wash your face.
Absolutely. Twice a day.
Because you'll get acne. You won't get acne, but anyway. Okay, that's it. I'm good.
That's good.
Okay.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in this week. I hope you feel more empowered and more inspired to love the skin you're in. As we navigate new society norms and beauty daily, make sure to always ask yourself, what the fuck is beauty to me? And know that's all that matters. If you love this content today, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review. Follow me and get more info on my guests at viragostudio.com. Yes, I said it, viragostudio.com. And that's the shit. See you on the next episode, beauties.